So then a short video to introduce this replacement circuit board. It's a replacement for the Dapol O-Gauge 08, and the idea is that it makes it very easy to install battery Bluetooth control for your Dapol shunter. So this replaces the Dapol PCB that's inside the loco, and it's got 8 terminals there to connect up this Monaco Train's Bluetooth decoder and receiver. So as well as connecting the decoder up, it's also got the sockets for the Dapol LED cables that are inside the loco, 2 at the cab end and 1 at the front there. There's a fuse there because we're dealing with batteries, so it's always good to have a fuse. Connections for to connect your charger up, and then the connection for the battery, which will be inside the loco with the board, obviously. 2 buttons. One is the power. Top one is the power button there, just to supply battery power to the decoder. Or when it's off, the batteries are diverted to the charge socket so that you can charge your batteries. And the other button is just purely a little bonus, really. All it does is divert the motor terminals either from the Bluetooth motor output, or it sends the motor to the track pickups so that you can use the loco on DC. The lights won't work or anything, just the motor works, but it means you can maybe run the loco in on a rolling road or something, or take it around your mates and just run it on DC track if you want to. It isolates all the battery and everything else. So I'm going to have a go at putting it inside an 08. So here's the shunter that the only thing I've done to this shunter is I've removed a couple of the tabs that keep the lid on, the bonnet on. It's all seemed the M ones seem the most awkward, so I just snipped these tabs off, left these for, but it still clicks on very positively, but it's just a lot easier to get off. Right, so here's the existing PCB in here, the Dapol one. If you remove he says, famous last words, you remove the blanking plate. Okay, I'm going to remove the blanking plate with the magic of cinema by waving my hands over it like so. Ooh, there we go. Much easier that way. Now you'll see certain wires are soldered onto the board, the Dapol board, the ground, 2 motor connections and the 2 track connections. I've got pads in roughly similar places to put these wires back on again. So let's unsolder these wires. So very carefully then we unsolder the wires from the Dapol circuit board. So before we undo the screws to take the circuit board out, we'll pull the plugs out for the LEDs. Now it's best not to pull them by the wires, just ease them out with a screwdriver if you can. Not the easiest thing to do. Change of mind, I'm going to use these. Yeah, give the plug a little wiggle then. There you go. Then and 2 tiny screws. Now comes the board. So rather than screw the new PCB straight in, you will find it easier to get these cab end LED plugs in the board before you screw it in. Okay, so there we go. They're both in. Get the wires out of the way where you can really get hold of them when the board's in there. I think this was totally the wrong socket. There we go. Bam. Right, so that's all the plugs in. Oh, got a hitchhiker on my screwdriver there. Don't over tighten these because they're only sort of threaded into little plastic collars, so it's very easy to strip what little bit of thread there is. Okay, now for the fiddliest bit, which is to solder the wires back on the pads without melting a big hole in the side of your shunter. Okay, so that is the PCB back in the logo. Time to connect up a battery. I'm just going to test by putting any old battery on here, anything over 6 volts or over, and we can test to see if it works. Tinned all the wires so they're easier to get in the terminals. The colours of the wires are marked on the PCB. Start at the far end with the red, black, orange, 2 green ones. They're both the common negative for the LEDs. Doesn't really matter which way around they go. Could even both of them go in the same terminal. So I thought it's probably something you could do before you put the PCB in. Right, well, all 8 wires in there. The decoders can be supplied heat shrunk if you prefer. You can stick them to the inside of the bonnet there. Tuck the wires. These wires could be a little bit shorter, maybe a couple of inches shorter. Tuck them in there. Put it on there. That's pretty much the idea. But for now, we're just going to test it by putting a battery on. 2 buttons there. It's currently off. Observe the polarity there. Plus is on there in the corner. This is just going to be a 9-volt battery just to test the Bluetooth connectivity. So there's the battery connected. Turn it on, which is the top button. Now it's difficult to see from here, but the whether you can see the cab light. Cab light is on there. It's not very bright, it's only a 9-volt battery. But the cab light serves as the power light to show that the batteries are on. Discovered one device, still searching. Aha, we've found a new or reset device. So get started in setting this one up. What type of device? Locomotive or switch? Locomotive. Then next. Updates the device. Now, which direction is your locomotive moving? Forward or reverse? To side? Forward. I should stop. Phew. How many outputs are connected? 2. We've got lights, fore and aft. And you've got a maximum of 2 anyway. So let's just move it back. Hit reverse. Move it back a little way. There we go. You can take a picture of your device. Use my camera. There we go. Any old picture for now. Oh, take a picture. There we go. Press the right button, film. And there's our picture up there. So forward. It's quite rare that you get a loco moving sort of under sort of speed step 15. There we go. Functions at the back. Cab will be function 2. Let's check, see if it comes on. There we go, there's the lights. In the front. Let's hope that works as well. There we go. They're on. You can have them directional so they swap over, but as it's a shunter, I prefer to have them on 2 unique functions, so you can have all them all on if you want. The shunter's going around the yard, have all the lights on all around, so you can turn them all on. And there we have it. Battery Bluetooth installed pretty quickly. Obviously you can fill this area up here with more batteries, more capacity. I recommend at least 12 volts, and there's enough room actually to get 14.4 volts of AAAs in this area, because the higher the voltage, the better slow speed you'll get, because the decoder uses pulse width modulation to get the slow speeds. So the higher the better, sort of up to 16 volts. So anyway, thanks for watching.